Second was number 3, Pleased to Meet You. Third, number 4, Platinum Prince. And fourth was number 2, Elusive Silver. The winner's time was 1 minute, 30,05 seconds. Nice to have Tony Kirkman and Monty Govender leading in the winner of race number 5. Number 6, Sacred Arrow, trained by Candice Bass Robinson and bred by the Gary Player Stud, also owned by Mr. Bamford. Sacred Arrow is a 3-year-old chestnut gelding by What a Winter out of the Rambo Dancer mare Cheyenne. This is a 5-time winner from just 12 starts.
Well, a lovely win from number 6, Sacred Arrow, giving Candice Bass Robinson her second winner on today. And Candice, of course, gave us a little bit of confidence earlier when I interviewed her. Candice, he obviously had the ability. He's been running against some decent sorts, and he did look the one here, but still, he's won well.
Yeah, Fia, I really thought he was my best runner today, and he had an outstanding chance. You know, he's been one of those horses who's been ultra consistent. He's improving all the time. I was just saying today, he's grown so much. He's grown into a tall, lovely-looking horse now, and he's only 3, and I think he's, what, a 5-time winner now. So he's really been a pleasure to train, and I'm sure a pleasure to own. You know, I think he can only really get better from here. I think, you know, the season coming up now, I think he would have strengthened up a little bit more, and he's been as I say, he's been an ultra consistent horse, and it was a fair field he took on today, and I mean it's quite testing in these conditions, so it was a good win.
Yeah, absolutely. I know they think quite a bit of the second horse as well. And distance-wise, go a bit further.
I don't know how much further he'll go. I think a 14-mile is probably his best trip. I don't think he'll go a lot further than that. You know, he's got speed in a 1200, so I would think that's his trip. Sort of end of the season last year, he had quite a bit of racing, and he ended up from wide draws and taking on strong horses. So I think this season coming up now, hopefully he'll be a better horse. So just well done to all the partners, Monty, Tony, to Philip, who's overseas. Great partnership. Monty's favourite horse, I know he chose it, so well done to all of them, and to Gary Playstad who bred him. Aldo, nice to have him back. Not for very long, obviously, but he's been doing really well overseas, so wish him well for that, and nice to have him back, and we'll use him while he's here. And then to our sponsors, World Sports Betting.
Very well done to you and all the team, and he certainly does look like a lovely horse. Well done.
Thank you.
Coming through is Aldo for the second time today. Well done, Aldo. That was another one booted home very nicely. He's a nice horse, isn't he?
Yeah, no, he's smart. I won on him, I think, his first or second start, and he's always showed that he's going to be a fair sort of horse, and his record really stands quite nicely, you know. Well done to Candice for keeping him ticking over the way she has, you know. I think he's coming to his own now. He's obviously matured since I last sat on him, which is always quite inspiring, and he went down to the start really well, and everyone told me he's exceptionally well, and I thought it's quite imperative that we switch him off, because if we allow him to run free, he's probably not going to find a kick, and everything seemed to pan out quite well. He found a nice position, and when I let him go, he really went quite nicely, and had Platinum was skipped away, and it looked like he was going to do something, but I always had his measure, and yeah, with the going here today, I thought perhaps we might just find him out, and everything seemed to pan out just that way, you know, and I think he'd done everything I needed him to do to run to the line, and yeah, once he got there, that was enough for him, and yeah, I think there's a bit more to come.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been running in good company, and you rode him early on in his career when you won on him. How do you feel as a horse now? Has he grown and strengthened up? Candice thinks he's grown quite a bit.
Yeah, it's always been an athletic sort, you know, and he's always just going to have to mature a little bit into those long legs of his, and he knows how to use them now, so he seems to be quite versatile in any sort of going, which is always a bonus, and I think Candice put him out for a little while, and he's come back really a nice sort of horse, and he's grown to what we thought he would be, and yeah, let's see where he goes.
Top ride from you. It's good to have you back in town. Going's obviously a little bit more different to Hong Kong, but good to have you back.
Yeah, no, it's always easier to adapt to your natural surroundings, which is KENILWORTH, you know. But anyway, well done to all the owners, well done to Candice. I asked her for one good ride, and this was it. So yeah, very grateful.
Best of luck to you. You've got a good book today and a good book on Tuesday as well, by the look of it.
Thank you.
Coming through are the winning owners. I think we've got Monty and Tony in town. Very well done. I believe he's one of your favourites.
Yes, Monty and I both picked him at the sale, and he got Mike Bass's stamp of approval, and that was all we needed. And we're very thrilled. He's won 5 races already. And thank you to Candice and the team, and also great to have Aldo in town to ride him today.
Absolutely. And he does look to be growing and maturing into a lovely-looking individual.
Yeah, well, look, we chose him, we liked him. He's in the right stable, and all I can say is happy to have a winner.
Well, he doesn't look like he's stopping here, so you could have some fun throughout the summer season as well.
True.
Well, best of luck to you both. Got a bottle of wine for you to celebrate. Well done to you. Lovely to have you on course. You haven't done a runner and gone to Durban with the rest of the team, so it's lovely to have owners on course. Very, very well done to you. It's a lovely win from number 6, Sacred Arrow. It gives Candice Bass-Robinson her second win on the day, and Aldo de Meyer his second win on the day. And a very nice horse he looks indeed, and one I think we'll see a fair bit more in the future.